Hello, everybody. We are back on another Wednesday for another edition of the AEW Dynamite Pre Show with Novi. I'm joined today by two usual co-hosts on this channel. We have a lot to go over. It's C2 season beginning. There's a very fun women's match on this show that I'm really looking forward to personally. We have big news events coming over the weekend. I'm going to meet Kaden Lee in person. We got a lot going on here today. But if you guys haven't already, make sure to like the stream. It very much helps. If you are feeling oh so generous, we have super chats, and drop the comments, anything you're feeling in the comments, because this show is directed by all of you, as most of you know. But first, we should probably introduce the two people on screen with us, even though you might know them pretty well. Kaden Lee, how you doing, bro?
I am good. I am ready to watch AEW. This is a new era. I'm sure I'm gonna hate AEW still going forward, but I'm gonna try to have enjoy it again. Try to have fun with it again. I can't focus on the bullshit anymore.
You kind of have to let it go a little bit. When C2 season rolls around, it kind of like I forgive a lot of problems. It makes me happy.
You gotta just like move on sometimes.
Yeah, just gotta move forward. Unfortunately, one half of the Graps Podcast could not join us tonight. But we still have a Graps Podcast representative, the face of the Graps Podcast, many are saying. Khalid, how you doing, brother?
Yo, like Kaden said, man, we're in a new era. It's time to forgive and forget Tony Khan for all his sins he's committed in the past about 3 months. There is still something questionable on this card, but you know what? Tis the season. It's C2 season.
There you go.
It's time to be glad. It's time to be happy.
Yeah, got a little bit of juice in there. We can forgive a little shitter match if we got some other cool stuff on this show. But once again, make sure to leave a like on the stream. Make sure to support both of our guests in the description below. All their links are there, and we should get to some of these chats. What do you guys think? There's a lot to talk about here, and I'm sure there'll be some C2 talk. I'm hoping for it at least, because I would like to talk about it. And don't worry, I see one down there. Shout out N. But also shout out N who sends our first message. Should be a good AEW Dynamite card along with AEW Collision straight after the show. Is that true? They're doing a double taping?
It is a double taping tonight because of the holiday.
Ah, good call. Good call. I guess it could be good.
Also, also WrestleCade, so they don't want to have
yeah.
They a lot of talent are going to be at the show, are going to be at the convention. And last year they didn't do they had a live show that same night because they did the Rampage into Collision, and a lot of talent, like they had certain talent that couldn't be on the show. They had to pull certain talent because of Collision. It was a whole train wreck. So they were like, you know what, we're going to tape it all tonight.
That's smart. That's smart. Also, it's on like 4 p.m. on Saturday. So WrestleCade, like people like me and you, we can't watch it live, but at least that'll help things because the Survivor Series is on this weekend too. So you don't really want to clash with that. Mr. Big Dude, hopefully there aren't any threats of punching walls or firearms this time. Look, after the show, me and Kaden, we're gonna be on a grin along for AEW Dynamite. We're gonna run it back because honestly, at first I was very against this idea, but then I thought about it and I said, well, we got Marcus joining us, who you guys saw last week on the pre-show, and also I kind of put in a little bit of a performance on the Full Gear grin along this past weekend. It got a little heated at times, Kaden, between me and you. Just a little bit.
It got pretty heated. I must admit.
Well, it happens, we see so many singles matches in a row, you start to feel things. You start to express them in ways maybe you shouldn't. Who knows? But Ed talks about it. The Jericho match doesn't belong on this card. Anything related to ROH should not be featuring on AEW Dynamite or Collision. Khalid, you kind of brought up there's a shitter match on this show. You agree with this?
Yes, absolutely, 100% hands down. Like this is like I would. When they announced that ROH 4-way at Full Gear, I was like, yo, put this shit on Dynamite, please. Please put this shit on Dynamite because like y'all are gonna put this Jericho Ishii match on Dynamite. What the fucking 4-way on Dynamite? But Tony Khan being Tony,
gotta give in to Chris Jericho every now and again. Well, not every now and again, mostly just all the time, unfortunately. But don't worry. There's a bigger politicker that's going to be coming in to the promotion here soon. I think Big Boom AJ's next match should ideally be against Tony Nese and the Premier Athletes. Then an entry into the Casino Gauntlet at All In, Texas would be a good way to cap things off for him in AEW. Look, I was kind of disappointed that he was hurt. I mean, it is real that he came into that match with a broken foot. That is the real.
The broken foot thing. That's what Sean reported, that he came into the match with a broken foot. Big Boom AJ claims that he got injured during the match, so I don't know at this point. AJ said it was the leaping forearm or the leaping clothesline.
Look, man, sometimes you gotta get your doctor's note from somewhere else, and you have to kind of rectify that. I think the man just wanted to work the match. That's at least that's what I'm going off on, because that's the real. Like I said, sometimes you gotta believe in the spirit of pro wrestling. But unfortunately, it means he's not gonna make the dome shows. How unfortunate is that? I know Khalid was hoping he'd get a big dome match, right?
God darn it! Get him next time. God dang it!
Next year, there's always next year. He'll still be working.
There's
no
always
worries.
next year. Yeah,
I would like to see the Casino Gauntlet though. That would be very fun, especially because I'm probably gonna be at that show at All In. So I would like to bring the boom in the crowd. Me and Kaden will probably be doing the dance up there, I would assume. Hell yeah. All right. And JNPN hits to it. King Rico Legacy game tonight. Also dropped an edit for the C2, so I implore everyone to check it out. Yes, definitely check out JNPN on Twitter. Drops edits all the time. Very good edits, might I say. So check those out. Look, I'm on the screen with two people that, there was some heat on Saturday between me and Kaden. There was some heat even before then about King Rico. Because I, in the DMs, claimed that he was good, not great. And then guess what? Guess what happened, fellas? He had a good, not great match with Konosuke Takeshita. He looked specifically good, but not great. I think I'm vindicated. I feel vindicated about this. And I don't know, maybe the C2 changes me. Maybe the C2 gives me some feelings. Maybe he starts doing some flips and stuff like that. We can only hope. But for now, I think I got to run a little bit of a victory lap before the show. I don't know how you guys are feeling about the victory lap. I don't know. Khalid?
Well, see, the thing about that is
Mhm.
that he all right. I don't want to get too into detail because I'm not gonna lie, I was a little let down, but he just didn't work the right type of match there. I also feel like the whole card itself, like it was in like it was there were some matches that should have went in different spots. If that would have opened the show, it probably would have been a bit better. But because of how late it was like and then he decided to lock in headlocks and holds. I'm like, what are you doing? This isn't
Very
you.
interesting. Very interesting. This isn't you, but he's been doing that quite a bit lately. I don't know, Khalid. It seems like that might just be him, brother. I don't know.
No, because he had the AR Fox match on Collision, which was like a fucking just so indorific, and I loved it to every bit of my soul. But and then also, I mean, the other performances, the match with was Sammy, and then
that was a good
three-way,
match,
obviously, and then the fucking Osprey match. It's just this one, and that Kyle Fletcher match, I think, where he was like he toned it down a bit against people that he probably shouldn't have. And like I get it, like you're not really trying to spam the style.
Yeah.
That's why we got you here. So like how about spam the fucking style? All right, thank you.
How about go a little kooky for us? That's what we want to see. That's what the people want to see. You flip a lot. We want to see you hit all the cool ass moves from the top rope. And honestly,
bro,
go ahead.
He did a fucking 630 in Dragon Gate. Like a few weeks after he debuted in AEW, he did a fucking 630. I'm like, I've been waiting this whole time for him to do a 630. He hasn't done one yet. What is the hold up?
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's waiting for the big C2 match. Who knows? I'm not gonna say it's like he is what he is. We can be proven otherwise. You spend so much time in a certain place, you kind of just develop that style a little bit. You integrate. I would say the C2. I gotta see something. I gotta see some 630s. I gotta see some, big ass shooting stars. I gotta see something cool out there from him.
Yeah,
I agree. Unfortunately, I agree.
Yeah, look at this. Look at this. See, we're integrating into the take. Khalid, are you ready to give in, or are you just you stand your ground?
We'll see after tonight.
Okay.
I'll give my 12-page report tonight after the show.
Good call. We'll get to that match a little later on. Could be a very interesting one. Anjan follows that up. This is the most loaded in-ring card since Beach Break, which was 5 months ago. Unfortunately, it also has Jera Ho on the card. There is one like shitty spot, but it does look pretty loaded. The last I would even say it's the most loaded since probably their anniversary. That's when I'd probably that show was pretty stacked. So, it could. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. Some of these stacked shows ultimately don't end up feeling as stacked. I'm hoping this one feels very grand. I'm hoping it feels very big time. I'd like it to. It's a big show, the night before Dynamite or Thanksgiving. This is Dynamite.
AEW on the bigger shows can struggle to pace correctly. I think the Continental Classic will force their hand a little bit.
This is true. Lots of good matches they have to run. It's interesting too. They're booking a Blue League and a Gold League match tonight. I know they did that at least once last year. But it's interesting they're not splitting them up between the shows.
It was the right decision.
Oh yeah, I don't disagree with it. It's just interesting to note.
Myself, Ibu, Brainbuster, and Mr. Joe Holbert, we talked about it when we reacted to the Continental Classic stuff on Sunday, and we all basically said there's no point. Why would you even put everything on Collision? Nobody's gonna see it. So
that's nasty work.
I mean, it's true. Move matches back and forth. Sometimes you have Will go over to Collision for a big match, and you can draw a rating over there. You move some, you just kind of always have stuff moving back and forth between the two matches, between the two shows.
Yeah, it'd be smart. There's no Will match on this show, so I'm assuming that Will match will probably be on that show.
I think Will's working. I think they've already announced Will for Collision.
Have they? I haven't seen any Collision announcement.
They announced all the. We know what I think they announced everything for both shows.
Yeah, they did Okada, Garcia.
Oh yeah, I did see that. Okay, yeah,
Okada DG.
That's gonna be a weird match. I'm interested to see how that looks, to be honest.
Will is working Juice tomorrow or on Saturday, and Kyle's working Mortos.
Ooh, Collision looks like a show we might have to tap into on our phones. Kaden Lee, a little bit. We might have to pull it up.
It's an early start time. It's a 4 p.m. So we'll have I think that's between the time when we finish the
We have an hour.
convention and when the stuff starts. So we'll kind of be chilling for a little bit.
Yeah, we can go to a bar and say, "Hey, turn on TNT. We're watching Collision." Do you think they'll turn it on for us? You think?
We'll be sitting in the convention center with my VPN pulled on.
Oh, there you go. Shout out. Anjan PN then follows it up. Lando Norris. Kaden.
I'm
Good
not
response.
commenting on these matters at the time.
Good response. Didn't Max win the title? That's who it was.
Max won his 4th driver's title. Yeah.
Hey, bro.
McLaren has issues. They've struggled since losing that back rear wing, which I still don't think was illegal. It's not written in the rules. I think teams have gotten away with stuff in the past, but Max Verstappen is the greatest driver currently on the grid now that Lewis Hamilton is a little bit older. I think he's surpassed Lewis to become the best driver at this point. He still had Red Bull's car was still really good. I don't actually think McLaren had the fastest car this season. I think Ferrari had the fastest car. McLaren had the fastest car when they had that rear wing, and as soon as they lost it, it was Ferrari.
He stopped winning races after.
Yeah, I mean, no, he still. I think he won a few after that. I think he won because he
was winning
Austin.
every race before then.
Almost
everything.
No, Lando only won 4 races this year.
Max,
he won Miami.
Max.
He won. Yeah, Max was
Max.
No, Max didn't. Max won a lot in the start, and then Max didn't win between Barcelona and Brazil, which was about 5 months. Max hadn't won a race.
Ah, okay.
Max went a while without winning. And I'm not shitting on Lewis. Lewis is so good. Lewis is just past his peak. You can objectively say Lewis Hamilton is past his prime. So now it's Max. Max is the best driver. He's in his prime.
Yeah. See, the problem with that is, when you compare, Max Verstappen and Kyle Larson, there's a clear favorite there, and it's probably Kyle Larson who's the best race car driver in America at the very least, probably in the world. But wait, that's a conversation for another day. The big men are back in the territory. This is true. Running the big shows. Jet Set, preach, brother. Shout out Jet Set. That's my IRL best friend. He makes the intro music for this show, yes, and he does the background music for all my videos now. So shout out. Definitely check out Jet Set. Links are down below. Definitely support. Big, fantastic producer. Fantastic. And Jen, I got news from the Kenny Omega camp. He says we are hashtag done with the dub, hashtag done with the minor leagues, hashtag we taking over Shin Nihon, hashtag we coming for Zack Sabre Jr. I'm also coming for Zack Sabre Jr., but Khalid, how are you feeling about Kenny Omega saying we done with the dub?
Yeah, I mean, if he's going home, so am I, you already know how I get about New Japan, I love the Lion, all right? We're big on the Lion out here, so, in my veins, brother, in my veins.
And that's real. I don't know why there's AO pauses going on in the chat. I didn't say anything crazy. What are you talking about, bro? Yeah, gooning like Ibu right now, bro, that's a level I cannot reach. I'm afraid. That's just not going to happen for me. It's the tweets that he's been putting out on the timeline are just nasty work, I'll say.
I did not know he had that in him. I had no idea.
Oh, come on, man. He's got it in him. He's been doing that for a while. You check out Hangy Fashion. You should see the only tweet he's ever made on Hangy Fashion. He's got it in him, bro. And I like this C2 tournament. I would have put my boy Kyle O'Reilly instead of Ew. This is nasty. Gross take. We can put Kyle O'Reilly in without kicking those two out. Can't we? This is true, right?
Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, not really. You're gonna have to take. It's either you're taking out Juice, you're taking out Briscoe, or you're taking out Martos. Those are the pin eaters.
I don't see. Here's the thing about that. I would have probably taken out Daniel Garcia. And you guys know.
Yeah.
You guys know that I love Danny. You guys know this. Everyone knows this. But what the hell is the TNT champ doing in the C2? No. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Yeah. What the hell is going on there? We can if that would have happened, I would have just thrown Takeshita in there and just had to win the fucking thing. But
I've kind of already figured out why DG's in it. I'm pretty sure it's to set up challengers for him because they didn't really know what to do with him. I think it's just they don't know what to do with DG the next month. So okay, let's just throw him in this. That buys us a month. It creates a few challengers for him into the new year. Whereas Takeshita, he's got his stuff set up for Wrestle Dynasty. and you can
Yeah.
you probably have a feud lined up with him, probably like Hobbs, going into World's End.
There's stuff there. I think if I'm putting out DG challengers to open like after the C2's over, I'm looking at Briscoe and I'm looking at Mordos. Those are the two fellas I'm looking at for DG. We know what DG can do with the big men. We saw Brody King last C2. That would be a sweet match.
I have, looking at my brackets, I have Daniel Garcia. I have him losing to Okada and losing to Shelton Benjamin. And I have him drawing.
Crazy.
He's going to lose to Okada. Like, straight up, he's going to lose to Okada. That's like, I think Okada's going to sweep. And I have him. I think he I would have him lose to Shelton because that's a good match to give Shelton. Like, have him challenging for the TNT title, and that's a good win for DG also. And that gives you like a nice little feud there. And then I also have him going to a time limit draw with Cal Fletch.
Yeah, that's not too crazy. Honestly, I get the like take about Okada sweeping. I would probably have him like at minimum draw or lose with Fletcher. I think that's like a big deal. Like, because Fletcher, you have to follow up that Ospreay win. You have to. And if you're like followed up by going to distance with Okada, that's not that crazy, you know?
I could see Fletch because I have Okada and Kyle in my semis, assuming they're doing the semis. But I could see Fletch getting the win over Okada on TV for Okada to get the win back in the semis. Like, I could see, like, because Okada, like, looking at who Okada has respect for and like who he'd be willing to kind of take a pin for, it's really like looking at the tournament. I think it's only Kyle Fletcher. Like, it's Kyle Fletcher or it's Will Ospreay because those are the New Japan guys.
Yeah, he's a funny guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he could draw with Fletcher too. Like, I could also see him drawing with Fletch. I just have Fletch going. I think Fletch and DG draw. I don't see Fletch having two draws.
Yeah, Khalid, what do you think?
About DG or about Okada or just the block in general?
We'll just do the block in general because we're kind of just on that conversation at this point a little bit.
Okay.
Like, who do you think Okada's going to lose to if he's losing at all? Fletcher, that kind of thing.
I think he has a run similar to I believe it was Claudio or Brody.
Claudio, I know Claudio 2-2, I think, or 2-3-1.
I think he went 2-2-1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Claudio had the
for some reason I'm thinking six matches. It's
Claudio
2-2-1.
beat Andrade. He beat Brody. He drew with Danielson. Lost
2-2-1
to Eddie, and lost one more.
Okay, no, I think he's gonna go.
Maybe he lost to Brody.
Who was like nearly undefeated in last year's block? Was it Brody or was it someone else?
It was I don't know about that, but the blue league was a lot more like up in the air. Danielson was up. The gold league was where like people were almost on.
Danielson lost one match and he tied one, I think.
Okay, yeah. So like, I think he has something like that where he probably loses one. If not, he definitely drawing someone who he draws against. I would pick Fletcher just based off of recent events. And even if we are giving him a loss, if I'm having him lose to anyone, probably Fletcher. But I might have Okada still winning the block. I'm not gonna lie. I still think Okada's probably gonna win the block.
I have Okada winning the block. I think there's no doubt that he's winning the block, I think.
So now that it's been enough time and no one's cooked, I had like two main questions on stream that I don't know if we have answers for yet. And the chat, like if you guys were in the stream on Sunday, you'll know the two things that I still don't have clarity on. One, and correct me if I'm wrong, have they specifically told us that the title is on the line in this tournament? Like the winner of the tournament gets the championship?
No.
They haven't told us that, right? That's interesting to me because I have not seen that. And I'm like, is it? Because I don't know.
It'd be good to know tonight, I think.
Yeah, I would like clarity. Like, because I know you like Brainbuster was like, you can like infer it, but I haven't seen them specifically say the winner of this tournament gets the title.
Yeah. I haven't seen that either specific.
Yeah.
They've alluded to it,
like provide me to it, I would like to see how they worded it because I've been on this for the whole time. Brainbuster
says
I don't
common
give a fuck about
sense.
common sense. I want the answer. No, I don't give a fuck about it being obvious. I want
Whoa,
them to-
whoa. Jesus. Khalid, you hear this guy?
like that's
He
the thing.
got baited.
I'm saying, but like, Brainbuster said that to me on Sunday too, and that's what people have been telling me for the last month. But I still would like I would like AEW to tell us because Tony is very specific in the wording he uses.
It's hard to infer. Like you can infer it, but it's hard to say like that's for sure.
If he doesn't tell you, there's a reason. Like AEW doesn't use common sense. Tony likes to be specific with how he words things. He is incredibly like meticulous. Tony and Will Washington is meticulous. The other thing, when I looked at the scheduling, the 5th week of the tournament is that Dynamite that they're taping at Hammerstein, which is interesting because that means they're going to have 6 matches of the C2 on that Dynamite in Hammerstein. But then that also doesn't leave us time for a semifinals. So that's what I've also been wondering. Like, are the semifinals actually at World's End and the final like is in like the block finals? They didn't give us a date for block finals. They said,
do you think maybe they do block finals in Japan and instead of the finals?
They can't do block finals in Japan because like if you look at the schedule, you have 4 weeks of normal TV and then you have 4 weeks of normal TV, and then they do the tapings of Hammerstein. Half of Hammerstein is week 4. It's the Collision show is the second half of week 4. And then the Dynamite they tape on that Sunday is going to be week 5. And then we go, that Dynamite they tape on Sunday is the last show before World's End. And then World's End is the championship final.
Yeah, N says that's the final. It's already been confirmed.
Yeah, that's what
Wesley
I thought.
also said they posted the video focused on the Continental Championship and the tournament. So it's kind of
then they're not. But here's the issue. They're like, I know people are like, oh, Rampage or Collision. There is no Collision that week. There is no Rampage that week.
Yeah, it's a weird scheduling thing.
If there is Rampage, they didn't tell us that they're going to be matches on Rampage. But I know 100% there is no Collision because World's End is a Saturday.
I think maybe you just kind of like we just wait and see. I think it's like you kind of have to wait to see how these matches play out and where like I do think the finals will be at World's End. I really would rather it be in Japan, to be quite honest with you. But I think it's going to be World's End.
My thing is though, I don't think they're doing block finals.
Really? You don't think they're doing block finals this year?
But like Novi, there's no space for it. There's literally
you can find space. You can work it out somehow.
Where if week 5 is the go home show to World's End and the finals are World's End, are you gonna do it on fucking GCW? That's what I'm saying, right? Like there literally is no space in the schedule to even do it. You would have to have started the tournament. And I looked at this when I looked at the schedule I texted you about it. Remember, I texted you guys in the group chat last week, and I said there is no space to do it if you're going to do the finals at World's End. So that's why
maybe they do the block finals at World's End.
That's what I'm wondering if they realize that and they go, ooh, maybe we do the block finals at World's End.
I think that would be pretty sick.
I mean, they could do. This is something that's more prevalent in like Japanese promotions, but usually on shows like this, when there's a tournament, they would do the semifinals. Sometimes they do the semifinals on the same show at the beginning of the card, and then
that's what I was
they would
wondering
do the finals later in that night. Yeah,
I was about to say that.
Pretty cool, honestly.
I was about to say, like, yeah, you could do the block finals and the finals both at World's End. You start out the night with the block finals, and you do the finals at the end of the show.
Yeah,
that'd be a good idea.
Then we throw the world title in the mid card. Yeah,
I think the world title is still going to be the main. I think you could do like that. Could be like the second to last match,
the co-main,
and they do the co-main event bullshit.
Dare Rich also says in the chat, it says here on the wiki, Christmas Collision on Saturday, December 21st, and Dynamite tapings on December 22nd, airs December 25th.
Yep. Yeah, the Collision will be live from Hammerstein, and then they're taping Dynamite because it's going to be a Christmas Dynamite, so they don't want to have a show the night of Christmas, and then there's no Collision the next week.
Yeah.
So that Dynamite, though, is going to literally have 6 C2 matches.
I'm down for that. And I think we'll have to wait and see a little bit. It's a weird timing. I wish it would have kind of started a week earlier, to be honest. I think that would have been smart.
Started at the pay-per-view.
But who knows? We'll see how it plays out. Another match. We should probably get to the card at some point. Big hitbox. I hope Amanada versus Jamie is a sick 12-15 instead of a good 5-8. Look, tonight
Preach.
we have Jamie Hayter versus Queen Amanada. This is to qualify for the finals, to then qualify for the Wrestle Dynasty 4-way between CMLL, ROH, Stardom, and AEW. This match is that real. That bracket is a whole other thing. We'll get into that conversation a little bit after. I don't know when the Willow match is taking place. I think next week probably. But this is a big time match. I've been saying it for a long time. I've been begging for Jamie Hayter to be put with some real ass talent. I know she's had to be given some time to get back into form, get back into ring shape. You know, a back injury, it's not easy, especially to the extent that hers was injured. But at the same time, I'm ready to see Jamie Hayter wrestle some real wrestlers. And we're finally getting it. Khalid, you sound pumped up, brother.
Man, look, bro. Look, man. So there's several things here, but just talking about this match right here. Hayter finally in the ring with, fucking some in-ring talent. And Queen Amanada, like, I believe her last match was against on TV, was against Mercedes, I think.
Yes, I think you're right.
And that match, it didn't go the way that I was like really feeling. I was like, damn, like this didn't really do enough for me. Now, right here, this has the chance to go to mile. Oh my god, this has the chance. And man, I am excited because I'm not on TV. It's like, I'm yearning for that. But her being on TV in big spots, like when they had her in that 4-way where it was her, Deeb, Sheeta, and Rosa, I was like, yes, yes, get her in these spots, these like tournament spots, these number one contender, qualifiers, all these things, like get her in those spots, just get her ready for when you're finna give her that damn world title. But yeah, this should be good though. Please give it at least 12 minutes, please. Thank you.
Yeah, great call. I would even say give it more than 12, to be quite honest with you. I think these two could really go the distance. I know Amanada's not really very protected these days. Marcus brings it up in the chat a little bit later, but Kaden Lee, are you looking forward to this one?
Yeah, I'm excited for this. Looking at Amanada's like last few TV matches, she worked Layla Gray on Rampage, Camille on Dynamite. That was like quite unfortunate. And then Mercedes, which was like a good match. It should be like one of her better ones. Hopefully, I haven't gotten to like, I don't know. Jamie hasn't like blown me away since returning. She's been good, but it's nothing like outstanding. I don't necessarily think it's her fault. They haven't given her the time to do a lot, but I am excited to see like what happens here. Looking at Novi, you said you didn't know like when they were going to do Willow and what's her name? Serena. That's going to be at GalaxyCon next Saturday, December 7th, because they're taping the Collision episode at GalaxyCon.
Oh, okay.
That's where they're doing that match on the GalaxyCon version. In terms of time, unfortunately, I think this is not going to get that much time just because of like what else is on the show. I think we'll get like a solid like 8 to 9 minutes.
No,
but
don't say that.
I think Jamie's winning this. I don't know who wins between Jamie and Willow next in like 2 weeks. It's Winter is Coming is when they're doing that. So I don't know between those two. Like I honestly I don't know who's going to win that one. I'm like pretty 50-50 on that.
50-50? Now hold on for a minute. Now see, I was tweeting about that, and we'll talk about this tournament. On the other half, you mentioned Serena D versus Willow Nightingale on the other side. That kind of leads us to a Jamie Hayter Willow Nightingale final at Winter is Coming. There's not many things in wrestling that pump me up more than that match. I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. Not many things in wrestling interest me as much as these two going at it. I think it's pretty set in stone that Willow's winning that, to be honest.
Yeah, she has Julia
history.
Hart, Black Magic in that match.
Oh, I would be very upset. I'd be very mad.
It's babyface versus babyface. They're going to do some bullshit.
Yeah, look, here's the problem. I know they will. I get it. But we can do babyface versus babyface sometimes, guys, without pokey shit. It's fine. I'm not going to be mad at it.
I'm not a fan of babyface versus babyface matches, to be quite honest.
But I think when they have the stakes of like going to Japan on Wrestle Dynasty, I think it works just fine.
I've noticed that the babyface versus babyface stuff like for some reason it just doesn't work on the American TV audience. Like a lot of the American TV audience, they just don't like it. When you go to like even like CMLL, like they sometimes do babyface or babyface stuff, and it's jumping in there, you know. And even Japan, I mean, they anytime it's tournament season, you're usually filled with babyface versus babyface matches, or just people that get cheered a lot. But in America, like AEW, WWE, like you usually don't get face versus face without some BS happening. It's never like a clean cut match. Either someone's turning, or someone's getting attacked, someone's getting jumped, there's a disqualification. It's Tessa. Wait, what?
Yeah, we're banning your ass, bro. We're
Someone
getting you for
said
that.
they wanted Tessa. They were hoping Tessa Blanchard was in the CMLL, and I'm like, man, get out of here.
That's all right, brother. That's okay. No problem. But yeah, you bring up a good point. American TV usually does stick to like what they know on that front. I really don't like it. It makes me kind of upset. It's okay. We can get behind a nice babyface throwing hands match. I got no problem with that. We'll get to that chat from Darich later on.
I'm heartless, Novi.
Ugh, we over that. We're done with all that. We'll get back to the chat for now. Let's see here. J.A. Did anyone else hate that Full Gear ending? Made John Moxley look like an absolute wad. I feel like we're just going to be complaining about consistency with AEW's booking until the sun dies. Anyway, go C2. I didn't love the angle, but also like I kind of liked the chaos of it, so I wasn't too mad at it. Hate is a very strong word, is what I'd say. I don't know how you guys are feeling.
Me personally, like okay. I'm sorry, Kaden. I'm sorry. Basically, like I don't hate it. If anything, I am kind of liking it. It just has to go a right way. I told Brainbuster about this. I was like, they should take the Death Riders and turn them from the hunters to the hunted to now they're getting chased out the arena like almost every fucking night. Like they're like the people are searching for them. They're actively looking for them because like now we're standing on business. We're we're looking for you. We want that ass. Pause. So it's like yeah, I feel like if they start to lean into that more, where they're just getting going into the 4-way, because that's what's supposed to be happening. If I wish the Guns were here for this, because they could be good for this as well. Chasing around fucking the Death Riders,
get them back, bring them back soon.
Yeah, like that would be great. Hope he heals up, perfectly fine. But Kill Switch, and Crystal Crew, all these factions being involved in this to where they could be chasing the Death Riders until World's End, and then even rest of the Dynasty and going forward until it's just all over. I feel like that'd be pretty cool. I don't think they're gonna do that, obviously, but that's just where my head was at when I seen that ending angle. I was like, yeah, that's they got something, but are they gonna take it somewhere? I don't know.
You hope it leads to something, because now there's some big time baby faces involved in this. We got some people in here now. Kaden, do you hate it? Love it? What do you think?
Well, I didn't love Full Gear, the show as it came together. I actually quite enjoyed the angle, and I think one of the sole people who's pretty high on it in terms of what they did. The big thing I've been asking for with the Death Riders angle, which I've quite enjoyed in a vacuum, is I wanted things to start coming together and getting other pieces of the company into this, especially top guys. And everything about it kind of made sense to me, because Moxie's been running roughshod over this company for 2.5 months. He's had the title for a month and a half, and you had bullshit people doing involved, and it makes sense, right? You have people all kind of involved in their own stuff, and this the Hangman Christian Cage Jay White stuff has kind of been going on because they dropped Hook out of it, and that kind of folded Christian into it. Hangman loses to Jay and goes fucking ballistic and loses his mind and crashes out. And that man hates John Moxley, has a history of hating John Moxley. So he goes, you know what? I'm going to go out and ruin John Moxley's moment, and maybe I'll beat him up. Maybe I won't. Who knows what I do? But he's just crashing out. Then Christian Cage comes out, and he has his relationship with relationship with Hangman, and he goes, I want to get the title, and Hangman goes, you know what? Fine, I'll let you go do it. And then Jay White hates Christian Cage, so then he has to then ruin it because he doesn't want Christian Cage to have the title, because he's the one who wants the title. I think all of that made sense to me. And Moxley running away because he's like, I don't want to lose my belt. All of those things perfectly made sense to me, to be perfectly, like, it all made sense to me. And then Darby crashing into him also made sense to me because, of course, it's Darby Allin. Everything about that angle made sense to me. I think, like, the biggest thing, like Kale pointed out, like Hangman handing the title to anyone, it's Hangman crashing out. So, like, he's not, like, I don't know. There's certain things about the character where I'm like, he's just not going to act normal. And I'm like, okay, it's fine.
Oh, brother.
I think it kind of makes sense.
Hangman crashing out again. Oh, Hangman, he's letting his anger get the best of him.
Okay. Well,
die, actually.
Okay.
Whoever's we got to stop doing that shit, bro.
I would
done. We done with Hangman losing
I'll be-
because he gets angry. We done with that, bro.
Okay. Yeah,
He should win the belt. Fuck Darby Allin. Fuck Moxley. He should win the belt.
Change. It's not going to change right now. Kind of just accept your fate, to be honest.
Whatever. I think you made good points, though.
I liked it.
That it was connective. It did make sense. It's just, it's what your taste would be for, especially like knowing the match we're probably going to get out of it. That also affects people's opinions of things, that sort of thing. But it was a fine angle. I didn't hate it.
Didn't Christian say to Hangman, he said, or I think Christian said, like, if you win this belt, or goes, if I win it, you get the first shot.
Yeah, he did.
I could see Hangman being like, fine, because he's like, I can't win the belt right now, and I hate John Moxley enough to where it's like, you know what? I'll just let you get it, and I know I can beat you.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. A lot of good discussion there. Good talks, guys. WrestleHook also had some good talks last night. They brought on Marcus to do a full gear review. I was hanging out in chat. It's a very good show. Definitely check out WrestleHook in the chat. They're on the road to 50 subs, so help them get there. They cover all things AEW and all kinds of different wrestling, so definitely go support them on their channel. Give me elderly Ishii being used for Jericho. Heartbreak. The ROH World Championship is on the line. Chris Jericho is facing Tomohiro Ishii. They had their match a couple years back. Admittedly, a fun match. Had a good time with it. But that was a long time ago, fellas. And I don't know how we're feeling going into this one. But, I could do without it on this kind of show. Kaden Lee, what's your thoughts going into this?
Samoa Joe is returning.
Yeah, that's probably, could see something like that. Khalid, is that your thoughts too?
Hey man, look, man, somebody better get their ass out here, man, because I'm not really, I'm not. Look, listen, because like, honestly, when I heard the bubbling of Samoa Joe returning, I was like, okay. And I thought about, like, Samoa Joe and Hammerstein though for Final Battle. Ooh, they might have got me. So, you know what? I'll watch Ishii beat Jericho ass for about 8 minutes, make his chest bleed, please. Then, unfortunately, Ishii will have to lose. Okay, but Samoa Joe comes out, muscle buster, possibly injures Jericho, and then he has to relinquish the title, and then we get Ishii, Samoa Joe in the Hammerstein Ballroom. Talk to me nice.
Relinquish the title. I want some of what you're getting, bro. You're taking that good shit, I think. Keep it a buck with you, but it's something I would like to see. The match will probably be like whatever. It'll probably be the most whatever match you've seen in your life. Ishii's like, he's gonna have his match, and unfortunately Jericho can't really get like anything better out of him. So it'll be alright, man. It'll be okay. God bless Samoa Joe. Hopefully he comes back and, like Khalid says, destroys Chris Jericho after the match. Give me a yes or no answer on this, folks. You two on the screen, I should specifically say. Marcos, AJ will be TNT champ next year.
No.
AJ
literally said in the press, like, I know it's a joke. AJ literally said in the press conference, he goes like, I'm okay with where I am.
Yes or no, Kaden?
No, I said no.
Mox should destroy Big Boom for all it stands. Or I think it's Big Boom.
Biome.
Big Biome for all it stands.
Oh, he shouldn't.
He should destroy the Rizzler if he really cared.
Mox doesn't give a fuck about AJ because he's never said that's his problem with AEW. He's never said like, oh, people doing goofy shit. He said like it's the young guys who aren't stepping up.
Yeah, there's no one to step up. Like,
he wouldn't give a fuck about AJ.
And AJ stepped up on the pay-per-view, so it is what it is. We have some Ricochet talk. Prince Puma is dead. Ricochet sucks so mid. I was there live. The Rico shit change broke my heart in indescribable ways. Novi had a nasty victory lap. I sure did. I've decided this is what he is until proven otherwise. He's fine. Very interesting. Someone who doesn't agree is the Brain Bust, who says Ricochet's been good, you marks, and also says sorry you couldn't make it. It's unfortunate. It's okay. It's understandable. You're dealing with some stuff, but hopefully we'll see you back here on this channel here soon. We'll try to get all four on the screen at some point, because we've never done that before, even though we have a whole group chat and we talk all the time. But
we have been on the screen together.
Really? Oh, we did that one show.
Yeah,
well, it's not, sometimes you need a refresh. You need to have a couple times. We're better pals now than we were then, so it's different.
Christ.
MJF versus Roddy Strong, Mercedes versus Stat, Will versus Fletcher were great matches on Full Gear pay-per-view. I thought the tag team match and Perry match was okay at best. Yeah.
I wouldn't call Max and Roderick great, but it was good.
I wouldn't call Will Fletcher great, but it was good.
I would call Will Fletcher great.
That's okay. I respect your opinion. Mercedes and Stat, though, nearly a 5-star in my book. That was real wrestling right there. Woo, that was some real shit. He's been way too generous in his matches about Ospreay. Yes, but also it works. I'm okay with it in this scenario if we follow it up well with the Fletcher stuff. If it's followed up.
I think Kyle's going to have a very strong C2.
Yeah, I think he's going to have a great C2 run. Just people saying about Fletcher. I think there's a lot of people who are going to have a great C2 run, honestly. These brackets are looking real clean. Dare Rich. Hey, Novi. Hello, Dare Rich. I'm excited for Ricochet versus Claudio Castagnoli tonight. Love their 2007 Chikara match and 2010 Battle of LA match where Excalibur was on commentary for both.
Sorry to hear
he's
that.
gonna be on commentary for this one too. Ricochet will be facing Claudio Castagnoli.
What do you mean,
We've been doing
sorry?
a lot of Ricochet talk.
Excalibur sucks.
Whoa, let's get to the match.
Oh.
We could talk Excalibur because he does suck, and Caden's right. We've talked a lot about Ricochet here, so we'll get this match going. This should be a fun match, honestly. Like I have my opinions on Ricochet. We all do. Made that very clear. But if there's anyone who can base well for him, anyone who can give him a great match, it's Claudio, and Claudio looks really locked in right now. So I'm looking forward to this one. Khalid, your thoughts on this match and also Excalibur?
Shit. Well, starting out with the goddamn match. I have seen the Chikara match. I don't think I've seen the PWG one.
Mm-hmm.
I might have, because Ricochet probably had hair at the time. I just don't remember. But fucking this should be good. I mean, Claudio versus High Flyers is like bread and butter. Like, I feel like this should be an easy one to get out the park.
Mm-hmm.
But if not, Ricochet, hello.
We're gonna have to conform a little bit to good, not great. Are we, Khalid? Aren't we?
I'm gonna have.
It's okay. You don't have to say it specifically. We'll just know
if he
it.
comes out there and he got pants on, I'm gonna know that there's a problem going on backstage, and I will be making some DM calls. Now, Mr. Excalibur. Now, everyone, there's a lot of Excalibur hate out there, and you know what? That's fine. Some of it's from his wrestling. I could understand that. The commentary, me personally, I like a nerd that's on commentary. I like someone that knows every fucking move, and he's one of those guys. I'll be calling a move in my head, and then he'll fucking say it. I'm like, yo, that's my guy. That's my dude right there. I fuck with Excalibur, but I understand why, everybody's not too fond of him. He's not JR. He's not, he's not Taz even. He's not even Nigel. He's not Tony. So it's like, I get it.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, he's solid. He's solid.
That's fair. Caden, thoughts on the match?
This will be good. Novi, I'm personally offended by something.
Uh-oh.
I'm not going to say the name of the person, but someone in wrestling media posted their star ratings for Full Gear and gave Kyle Fletch and Ospreay a 5, which is like still high, but okay, fine.
I wouldn't go that far.
Offends me.
Okay.
Takeshita and Ricochet got a 4 by this person. This isn't Meltzer. This is someone else, not Meltzer. This person gave Takeshita and Ricochet 4 stars. Gave Lashley and Swerve 3 3/4.
Wow!
DG and Jackie Perry 3.5. MJF Roderick Strong 3.5. You're giving half a star more to Takeshita and Ricochet over Maxwell and Roderick Strong.
I wouldn't necessarily agree with this person in wrestling media.
I'm not even like, I fucking hate Maxwell, but that match was significantly better.
Brother, know where you get your paychecks from, pal. Reframe that statement.
Right now, I can say Max fucking sucks, but
Max is good. I like Max.
It was terrible.
Takeshi, here's the thing. I definitely would need to rewatch it because I want to like see it in a vacuum of itself, like just focusing on the match. But those ratings are nasty. I would really like to see, as Kale brings up, what did they rate Monet?
4.5.
That's okay. I can accept that for sure. I have no problem with that.
I gave that. I think I gave that a 4.5. I gave Mox and OC a 4.5, and I gave Kyle Fletch and Will a 4 3/4.
Oh, 4 3/4 now.
Good story. Yeah, good story build up. Good match. I everything hit for me except like I think it went a little bit long.
We could take a half off after he kicked out of that, after kicked out of that pile driver, but that's just me,
I don't care enough. So no, it's
just talking the talk. That's all.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Hang on. We have to address this too. Apparently you tried to kill Joe Holbert. Where the fuck are the I did hear that you attacked Joe Holbert about bracketology and almost killed him.
He did.
Potentially.
Bro, that's he's paying us, bro. Let's not let's let him live a little bit. Because I don't trust you to be holding out them payments, man. I don't trust him. Dare Rich, I believe Renee has a sit-down interview with Mina tonight. That should be fun. I'm looking forward to that. Let's see here.
Let's go down. Be a pervert?
When is he not? Kale, the Ibu Charlie, Ibu Gooning trifecta. There's 2 Ibus there, but
what
in the trifecta?
Who's the third one supposed to be? He's supposed to be Novi. It's supposed to be
It's not. No, Novi's no Gooner on the timeline.
The Ibu Charlie Novi Gooning trifecta.
No, bro. I'm not a Gooner, bro. You met Novi. Kale, what the fuck do you mean you mean Novi? Who am I gooning about?
Novi, get fucked, bitch.
Bro, the only people I goon about are Gabe Kid matches and shit, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're kind of a gooner.
Oh yeah, sure, bro. Sure, bro.
Gooner.
Well, maybe I am based on this kind of comment. I recently saw Briscoes versus Wrestling's greatest tag match in ROH. Khalid, familiar with this kind of thing?
Wrestling's greatest tag team. Does he mean Claudio and Chris Hero, or is he about someone else?
I think probably.
Wrestling's
right?
greatest tag team? I think that's Claudio and Chris Hero. I could be wrong.
Yeah. I don't know. It's good for any Briscoes match. Oh, it's Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas.
Oh, Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas. Oh, I have seen that. That's a fucking bang.
Bro, any match with the Briscoes in it, brother.
I was about to say, isn't that Benjamin?
That's sweet. That's sweet. Also, I should point this out before we keep going. Gooning trifecta is crazy terminology. Yeah, we could probably reframe that, Kale, a little bit. I'm gonna start attacking you like how you get attacked on WrestlePure shows if we keep this up, brother. That's all I'll say. I'll mention this now. Put Kenny Omega in the C2. Bro, I'd like to see him live and not die in the ring. So unfortunately, like while I agree with that, no. All right, let's see here. This would be a great commentary team for Wrestle Dynasty. Walker Stewart. Put your thumbs up or not, Caden. Walker Stewart, Excalibur, Veda Scott, Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, Chris Charlton, Mauro Ranallo.
You put a thumbs up for Jim Ross in the Tokyo Dome? That is
real.
Crazy. He's gonna
be real.
You know how many racist things he's gonna say?
Bro, he's gonna do like the G1 that one year. He'll come back to form. He's gonna see. He's gonna see some. Bro, he's gonna see Takeshita work in the Tokyo Dome. He's gonna be like, oh, baby.
Jim Ross didn't get Danielson's name right once in his retirement match, and you want him to go to the fucking Tokyo Dome?
Bro, sometimes
he still makes me feel. A Tomohiro Ishii match?
Tomohiro Ishii. What would he say? How would he fuck
Guys,
that up?
you do not need jet-lagged 80-year-old Jim Ross.
He can come in early.
The
be all right.
commentary team will probably be, it'll be Excalibur, Nigel, and Walker. Like, that's probably who it'll be.
More than likely, yeah.
Walker's good, bro. I'm happy to see how far he's come. That's what I'll say. I enjoy
Excalibur,
Walker's story.
like, no matter what we want, Excalibur will be on the call. I could see them doing
Excalibur can stay home, bro.
Nigel and Charlton, because I could see them also just Excalibur, Charlton, and Nigel. Because I could see them losing off Walker because they left Walker off for Forbidden Door, I think.
Let's just have Walker and Charlton
Excalibur.
do the AEW matches too. Fuck it.
What was Walker? Walker wasn't on Forbidden Door, right?
No, he wasn't.
Yeah,
no.
He was still getting used to Japan at the time. I'm pretty sure. So
yeah,
but yeah,
on that one,
it could be good. It could be good. Let's see here. I'm scrolling down the chat trying to find something good here.
My ideal
would
world
have
is Walker, Charlton, and Nigel, but
that'd be unbelievable. That'd be sweet. I'll co-sign that, and I would have Benjamin look strong in the C2 tournament, push him to the top 3 of his block. I would also co-sign this. His block, I think he should probably, if it's not Fletcher, I wouldn't mind him being in the finals of the block, to be honest. Depends, obviously it depends a little bit how he looks, but there's something about it, brother. Feels real. Feels real to me. I don't know how you guys are feeling about that.
Sheldon? Hey, bro.
Yeah, we'll go with that'd be pretty sick.
I have him getting 3 wins, 9 points, third in my block.
So you're on the same track.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We have a lot of talk about the C2, your whole thing on the C2, Kaden. Right now, we're trying to get through this whole thing. Maybe they do it a one-night event. The block finals and the finals one night. That's kind of what we proposed.
Yeah.
So
I think they could do them at World's End.
You think they'll put so many matches on Rampage?
None.
I don't
No
think
match
they'll put
on
anything on Rampage.
No match will be on Rampage.
Yeah, not anymore.
No. They only had to do that last year because Danielson missed a week because of his injury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The main for World's End is really lame. I don't know how you guys feel about 4-ways, but I'm not looking. I'm looking forward to it because there's a lot of good wrestlers in it. But 4-way is not the way that I usually would like for a championship match, to be honest. I get it and I'm okay with it. 4 good workers, but it's not usually what I prefer. I don't know how you guys feel.
I'm not the biggest fan of 4-ways. I think these guys could all do a good job to pull it off correctly. And I kind of I don't know why, but I like the idea of a 4-way before the top guys in the company being the main event of the last show of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I think it kind of makes sense. It's wrapping up so many big stories from this year.
It's very cinematic and conclusive. Khalid, feel about the same way?
Yeah, I mean 4-ways. I'm not a 4-way or a multi-man match hater or anything like that, but I prefer it more on either a mid-card title or if all 4 guys are cracked out of their mind inside the ring. And these, the 4 that are presumed to be in this 4-way, they're not really when it comes to 1v1s, they're amazing. But in even tag team matches, they're pretty fucking good. But the 4-way, I don't know how that's really going to look.
It's weird. They're not cracked out like you said. How you usually 4-ways, but they are all very smart wrestlers. So I think they could probably make it work.
They're very smart.
Yeah. This should be the funny thing is too. Hangman and Jay White have been in a 4-way together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that 4-way from what was it? The
Forbidden
I forget
Door.
the name of it. The Forbidden Door. That's the one. And they had the
White enjoyed that until Adam Cole got killed.
Yeah, poor Adam Cole.
Yeah.
he got a body, I'm afraid. Yeah, it could be good. It's smart wrestlers, so I have faith in it, but it's just not really the direction I would firstly go. But look, I'm willing to get excited for it, especially if the build's done right. You got a lot of people in here. The Death Riders angle has been lacking stars. You throw some stars in there, start doing kind of the same thing, but with bigger names. I think there's a chance they could really make this feel like a big deal, and I think that's important for their last show of the year. Especially while you got the C2 going on too, so you're kind of given a break from the regular TV matches you might get. You can kind of put time specifically towards this for all 4 guys. It's a lot to be said about it.
Does Darby turn on Moxley? Darby what?
Huh?
Someone said, "Does Darby turn on Moxley?" Do you
I
think?
see that.
What
Darby's already very
Wheeler?
upset at Moxley. I'm afraid. I hate to be the one to say it.
Does this person mean like Wheeler?
Maybe could mean Wheeler. We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it. Tony not being a part of this tournament is surprising. This is the Wrestle Dynasty 4-way.
Yeah.
It's a little bit surprising, but I think her time is coming for, a return sometime soon.
Saving it
Yeah.
for Grand Slam.
Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, we're here to the hoping for Tessa in the CMLL tournament.
Get help. Seek therapy.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Who do we want from that, by the way? I like Zeuxis from the CMLL side of things. I know Khalid, you're more tapped in than Kaden would be. You know who's in it?
They've been featuring these like I mean, outside of Zucius, they've been featuring Persephone and Reina and Sinelli like a lot more. I kind of like Persephone. I honestly I like all four of these women. Like in the ring, they're really decent in my opinion. And I feel like
good.
Any four of them would probably be nice, but I'd probably go with Persephone, and then for ROH, I mean Athena, obviously, but I'm still waiting on the Stardom. I'm waiting on Stardom to announce theirs before I really give mine, because like
Azumi.
Stardom, yeah, like
Azumi.
well, see, like okay, like I was going to say Azumi for mine, but the thing is, she's going up against Mayu the night before, so that makes me think that she's probably not going to be in the 4-way and then have the match with Mayu where she's probably going to win. I think she might win. And then fight again the next fight, the next night in another 4-way. Which I don't know. I don't even know who won that, because I had Tony winning it, but then they announced the AEW like bracket thing. I was like, oh shit, Tony's not in it. So it's just kind of fucking scuffed.
Kale brings up Starlight Kid, Saya Kamatani, Thekla, and Shuri as the 4. Tekla, not Thekla. That'd be pretty sick. I would like to see Saya or Shuri get in there, to be honest. Those would be two names that I'd be, if not Azumi, those would be the two that I'd point to. But it's exciting. It's a nice 4-way. I'm really looking forward to it. Like, there's not, I'm not big on multi-man matches all the time, but that's like, there's a lot of good fucking wrestlers that could be in that. So I'm excited for it. I'm also excited from Dano, Osprey versus Darby might be TV match of the year. That's definitely one people are pointing to at the C2. Like, that could be sensational. Yeah, be really sensational.
Is that the one I have going to a draw? I do have that being a draw.
Yeah, you have your whole thing predicted, don't you?
I went through and I did it all.
You're such a freak, bro. Big Fat Orange Cat, off topic, but I would like if TK licensed a song off Kendrick or Tyler's latest albums to use for the Revolution show packages. Look, brother, that'd be the real. Is all I'll say about that. That'd be the real.
I think Kendrick is not far out of the realm of possibility.
He's been giving a song to a lot of different places at the moment, even distributing those rights. Dare Rich also follows it up with the Women's World Cup. Was hoping Marina Shafir would be in that 4-way.
Good grief.
Goodness. Dare Rich, we gotta reset, brother. We gotta come back stronger.
God
damn. Yeah, I don't know about all that. I don't know about that. I could see Scapegoat joining the Death Riders. Are you laughing at this?
No, I'm just thinking about that shit. Like, oh my god.
I want to see Marina wrestle, but
imagine imagine being like, you know what? There's a big match in the Tokyo Dome. You know who I want to be in there? Marina Shafir.
Shafir. One of the four horsemen, right? Yeah.
Seek therapy.
I don't think she's that bad, but we can say that hater and
I'm not saying she's bad either. I enjoy Marina.
No, I'm not saying you're saying that, but I'm just making it clear. I don't think we all think Marina's a bad wrestler or nothing.
No,
but when I'd rather see Jamie Hayter or Willow Nightingale in there,
Novi, that guy needs to seek help.
Stop. Don't say that about Dare Rich. Dare Rich.
Look, I've gone to therapy before. It helped me get through some things. And look, you're clearly in that spot too. Like, what happens to the best of us. Nothing to be afraid about.
Dare Rich, I apologize for my co-host Kaden Lee, who's attacking you for liking Marina Shafir. It's just crazy, abusive to this wonderful chatter who's here every week. You piece of shit. Like, yeah, man, we all miss You know, it's okay. We missed some. You know, you can't be shooting 100% from 3-pointer. It's all good.
Valentine, no, that is not the shot. Jesus Christ.
Valentine, oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, that is not the shot.
Good God. Wesley, yes, we were all in the LNG draft. That's a good point. We did do shows together. More than I would have thought. We were doing that show. Well, at least 2 of us were doing it. I know one of us was kind of like not there in that realm at the moment. I was drafting just off the chat, which was disgusting.
I got completely fucked on that show.
Yeah.
I was destroyed.
It was crazy too, because you got fucked by like you being EP, and you also got fucked by everyone drafting better than you. So that was unfortunate. That's a crazy double whammy there. Let's see here. I will not speak about Osprey and Fletcher without a lawyer. That's good, because I'll fucking ban you from this. I'll bring the fucking hammer. What's the thing called? The hammer.
Mr. Big Dude hates
Mallet.
Osprey and thinks
Mallet.
Osprey-
No, it's not a gavel. It's called a gavel.
Gavel.
We'll bring the
Fucking
gavel down if we see
Look,
any like crazy slander.
If I didn't draft Osprey at 1, someone was gonna take Osprey in that first round before I got him again, and I wanted Osprey, so I stick with I stand by my decision for that one. That's
It
like
is
the
what
big
it is.
decision. There's a few I stand by in that one. That's one of the main decisions to stand by.
My big like where I went wrong was I picked Roosh really early. That was like the big like turning point. I should have just picked Dr. Wagner Jr. there, and I think the chat would have still been on my side. But me and Khalid, we both had very good rosters, so I think we're coming out pretty happy there. I'm calling him Trevor. This is just okay. It's okay. Hayden's been calling him Trevor for like 3 weeks now, so it's all good. Even if this is like really good, you could still call him Trevor. It's chill.
My favorite one was when I called Sting Steve.
Yeah, that one is crazy. That one is just nasty.
Lost it.
Because you do the real name shit far too much. It's nasty work. Hitbox, Takeshita versus Ricochet was a solid 3 stars exactly.
Yeah, I think like 3.25 if I'm being generous.
Well, you are just always generous, so you probably just would say 3.25.
I've been like trying to lower him a little bit. It's like I didn't go like I think like a year ago I would have gone with Kyle and Will. Probably would have given it 5, and I had to lower it a little bit to 4.75.
Bro, a year ago you would have given it. You would have said, "Oh my, 5.5."
Will like okay, not Will. Sorry, Dave is gonna go like I haven't seen Dave because he hasn't put it out yet. Dave's gonna go like 6 on that shit when we see it Friday. Dave is gonna go. I'm telling you, Dave's going 6.
Yeah, it's not gonna be fun. And we'll all just say like "lol." That's all. That's the only thing you can say. So you know, it is what it is. He's beast sometimes. That's okay. Yeah, we're going through. Novi, thoughts on pie? I like pie.
A pie.
I like apple. I like pumpkin. I like pecan. Never tried the cream though.
Good sweet potato pie. Sweet potato pie is fucking great.
There's like apple pie is good. I'm a big fan of pumpkin pie. A cream pie isn't bad.
I've never had a cream pie before. I've never tried it. Like I've never done it.
I've never tried it either.
But I've really liked the pumpkin pies. I'm a big fan.
I've eaten really good cream pies. Like the oatmeal cream pies that you would like buy like the little Debbie ones.
Those are good.
Bro, those fucking rule. Bro, and whoopie pies overrated.
Whoopie.
You ever heard of a whoopie pie? Like it's actually like it's like a thing like you buy at the store like the oatmeal cream pies.
No, I've never. Well, I just know. I know the oatmeal cream pies.
They're called whoopie pies. Like they're always like vending machines. They fucking suck.
Oh, I see. Moon pies are quite bad.
Bro, you guys have devious minds in the chat. I am not a gooner like Ibu.
Yeah,
we're just talking cream pies. A little bit.
And I'm just sitting here saying I've never tried a cream pie before. It's never been something that I've partaken in. So that's all I'm trying to say. I'm saying I like pumpkin pie. Khalid's sweet potato pie. We all have our favorite pies. Some people like other pies than others. It's fine. And some people like Kenny Omega, especially Angie MPN. Push Kenny Omega as top star of your company. Yeah, sure. I'm okay with that.
He says with a smile on his face while he's drinking.
What, man? I'm not, bro. I'm just, come on, man. This is about Jim Ross. I don't think you would know a single person there. Do you how many New Japan wrestlers do you think
Ren
Jim?
Narita?
Oh, he wouldn't know him.
You think
He
you know
needs, like-
Oiwa?
He would know Finley.
He would go, my God, this Oiwa kid. He's a real athlete.
No, he said like I used to call matches with his father, Finley.
Oh no!
Reminds me a lot of his father. That's
Dude,
what
he
he'd
would
say.
he would fucking love Oiwa and Yoda Tsuji.
He would.
No, these
Did
real
anyone?
athletes.
Wait, I wanted to. So did anyone hear when JR unprompted during the Bobby Lashley entry just said Takeshita should be a world champion? I did not, but that's very funny.
He fucking rules.
What a beast. Caden's reasons for not wanting JR there are the reasons I do want him there. That is cosign. Me and Wesley are on the same page. I want to giggle a little bit sometimes. That's all. Let's see here. We're going past Darby turning on Moxley. Kale's all over this chat. Shout out Kale hanging out. Red Meat Wrestling is here. What's up, Red Meat Wrestling? We have a couple matches we should maybe point to. I'm trying to find like a good jumping off point. But I haven't found one yet. So we'll just do the super chat now. Mid takes was supposed to be on this week, but we'll be on next week. Sends a $10 super chat. Very much appreciated, mid takes. Hope we get Darby versus Ospreay next week so I can fantasize about it on the pre-show. Ospreay and Okada finals seems like the most obvious pick, unfortunately. Anyways, here's some money, guys. You should you take off the S on the end there. Just guy, because just me. But, you know, we do appreciate the money. We, as a collective. And I think we both appreciate these takes because I co-sign both of these things. What about you guys? Do you feel the same?
Next week so I can fantasize it. Oh, Beast.
You didn't even listen, you prick.
No, I was reading I was reading his ROH spoilers.
You're a piece of shit.
I was trying to look. ROH spoilers came in and they include CML guys. So I had to look at it. I believe Okada and Ospreay are the finals. If like, and I said like on when we did our thing with Joe on the Grin, I said like if I think like what?
Someone just said, damn, nobody paying his talent like a Heyman and ECW.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna enjoy those 3 cents off that super chat. Thank you.
Bro, Ricochet, not Ricochet, YouTube are not gonna pay me very much anyways, so it's all good, bro. You're not missing out.
I think like if the title's not on the line, I could see them taking out Okada in this the semis to do Fletch and Ospreay in the finals at World's End. And if the title is on the line, and in that way you can run Ospreay and Okada in the Dome for the title. If it is on the line, then Ospreay Okada will be at World's End. Like I think we're gonna get Ospreay Okada like at some point.
Yeah, I agree. Khalid, you feel about the same?
Yeah, as soon as they put the blocks out, like they went from Okada to Ospreay, I was like, that's gonna be the finals right there. Like that's the finals. Yeah. And I'm not against it. I know other people are. I know other people are gonna fucking hate it because they're gonna see Okada kick out of like every move. And same thing for Ospreay. You're gonna see Ospreay kick out of like 7 Rainmakers. Be like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
this is a Tokyo Dome main event. That's what's going on right now. Enjoy it.
I'm a little bit more up for it because it's in Japan. It's at the Dome, so I'm a little more okay with it. I was a little mad about it, like just knowing that's going to be the finals because of their last match. But then you kind of have to take into account, Tokyo Dome. That kind of ups things.
Yeah.
So yeah, WrestleHook is posting Ricochet's address if this is bad. I guess we'll all be doing that. I don't know. Caden's ratings are beyond devious. This is true. Caden himself is beyond devious, but his ratings.
I really don't think mine are that bad, guys.
Yours are pretty bad,
people
bro.
Are way worse.
It's pretty bad, bro. I still want to know what that Darby question was about. Yeah, there's no follow up on that, by the way. So,
what Darby question?
Unfortunately, will Darby turn on Moxley? There's still follow up.
Oh, what? Yeah.
Look at this profile picture. This is Hideo Kojima and George Lucas in one person.
I didn't realize. That's quite funny,
His
actually.
name is
Hideo Georgima. Fucking beast.
Big dude. I want to bring this up. How long until JR gets cranky? What match would make him cranky on that show? What do you think?
The women's match.
It's about the same direction I was gonna go. Khalid?
Bucks
on the
Bucks,
Wrestle
alright.
Dynasty show.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, probably the probably Bucks and Under.
Yeah, that's
Probably
fair.
Bucks and
Yeah,
Great
Bucks versus
O'Connor.
WWE.
Kale, 20 pesos deviance. This is true. I feel like we're all a little devious on this show today. It is what it is. Novi dangerously, and that'll kick us off to our final two matches we need to get through because we are getting close to Dynamite, and we're getting close to grinning along for Dynamite. Me and Kaden here. We already covered this one. C2 Blue League. Mark Briscoe will be facing Shelton Benjamin. This is a very exciting match. Any match with Mark Briscoe in it is like, it's got its own flavor to it. And you put Shelton in there, the gold standard, that could be some cool stuff. I'm curious what your thoughts are. We'll go with Khalid first.
Oh, we're going with me. Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, this is gonna be pretty fucking cool in my opinion. I'm not gonna lie. Like Mark Briscoe, bro, he's like I've for like a large part of like my time in watching wrestling, like Mark Briscoe, you know, always been a tag team guy, and you know, a great tag team guy. But the single stuff he's been doing, it's been great shit. It's been some great stuff, and he's been able to work with like it seems like everyone. Like it seems like he gets in the ring. He's very confident, and against someone like Shelton, like it's two vets, it's two old guys. Like this is gonna be fun and fire. Like oh my god, who's gonna win though? Shelton. I got Shelton winning it. Do have Shelton winning it.
That's fair. I could definitely see that happening. Khalid, or not Khalid. You're not Khalid. That was just Khalid. Kaden Lee. Both K names. What are you feeling going into this?
When I made these without looking at like when matches were taking place, which I made these earlier, like at the start of the show, and I forgot that this was on the show tonight. I had this being Mark Briscoe's only win of the entire tournament. And I'm kind of gonna stick with that because I just genuinely I don't see where else he could get a win. I guess Mortos? But like I have Mortos. I have Mortos' only win in the tournament being against Briscoe.
Good God, man! Don't do
like
this to Mark.
Look, I don't know who else Mortos could win against. Like looking at like he's not beating Okada, he's not beating Kyle, he's not beating Shelton. Maybe he beats DG, but I don't see it. So like then it's got to be like Mortos has to get a win. So I have him beating Mark, and I also have Mark losing every other match in this tournament except Shelton because I don't see him beating DG, Kyle, or Okada.
Is that a scream, bro?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but like,
I
not wrong, but like, damn.
I love Mark. I think this is a good way to like get his win too. Like, have him get a big win over Shelton to start the tournament. You gotta give people hope that like, oh, this is gonna be different than last year. And it's like it's the complete opposite of last year, where like he went all tournament and then got a win in the last match he had against Jay. Yeah. This year it's the opposite. He gets his first win and then loses everything else.
Yeah, I can see that happening, which is unfortunate, but this should be a good match. I'm looking forward to it. Last match on this show. If you guys want to say anything in the chat, get it in now. Please like the stream. We're nearly to 20 likes. Very much appreciated. But this is a classic pairing up next. The C2 Gold League. Darby Allin versus Brody King. These fuckers have had some good matches before. They built a couple of them around hanging each other off the ropes, which was very sick. Yeah. Darby Allin is, in my opinion, the best TV wrestler of all time. I gave this take, and there were some people saying some weird things. Like, you know, I saw some interesting suggestions. You know, I'm not going to mention them by name because I don't want to be mean. But there were some interesting suggestions. But this match should be fucking killer, by the way, because these two are incredible in the ring. It's an incredible pairing. I'm really, really looking forward to this. Kaden, I'm sure you are too.
This will be good. We've seen it a lot, so like I can't say like I'm super excited for it because I know what the match is going to be. It'll still be very good, and I'm kind of intrigued in like what they do in this to make it stand out from the other ones we've had. I have Darby getting the win here. I think he needs it badly. And actually, do I have Darby getting the win here? I'm going to confirm.
Oh, no. He's checking his spreads.
I have Brody King winning this.
Wow.
I forgot that. Yeah, I changed this to the last second because I have Brody winning against Will Ospreay. And because of that, I wanted Brody to get at least 2 wins in the tournament. So I'm giving him
Brody. That's a crazy tourney for Brody. It's real. Like, I respect it. But Brody beating both Darby and Will?
Sorry, no.
It's not Will, right?
No, sorry, wait. No, I misread things. I have Brody beating Darby and I have him beating Ricochet. I think I
Oh, okay.
originally had him beating Will, and then I changed things, and I said, no, I don't think he's going to beat Will. I'm going to have him beat Darby instead.
I can get down with that. I get your point on this. Like, it's hard to get excited. We've seen it a couple times, but I think that's kind of why I'm excited, because I know it's going to be sick. I can just, look forward to a nice pairing. Khalid, how you feeling going into this? I know you're Graps Podcast co-host. Very big fan of Darby and Brody, I should say. But are you?
Yeah.
Feel the same?
Yeah, I'm I've been me and Brain, we've been both on this train of whenever, Malachi decides he wants to go, if he decides to go, that Brody, the faction should be just Brody and Julia Hart. Or just that should be the duo. And Brody should eventually get a singles push somewhere down the line. But this match, I don't know who's gonna win, because like Darby won the last match between them at Wrestle Dream. So I mean, like, it could go either way. I'm not really gonna be up in arms about whoever wins. Like, I'm sure it's gonna be a fucking great match. I really hope it opens the show. I'm not gonna lie. I hope it opens, because just it's gonna get the brutal stuff out the way. It's gonna just get the hard hitting fest out the way. And the whole Darby is the best TV wrestler. I say so. I think so. I feel like that's pretty solid. I think that's like him or
Big Dude brings it up.
Hangman, or like that's probably it.
I'll say Rey Mysterio probably is. Like, Big Dude brought it up. I know Joe said the same thing. Rey Mysterio is definitely in that conversation, I would say.
Yeah.
He's got to be like in the top 3 for me as well. Just consistency. But yeah, good to hear you're excited for this. Good. We're all pretty excited for this show. It should be a really good one. You guys have been insane in chat, which I always appreciate. Kale mentions Novi has begun to feel the effects of fame with these shows closing in on Dynamite. It's not even necessarily that. It's more I keep bringing on yappers. I don't know what deals with that. But yeah, we should probably wrap it up, because we got a grin along to do, don't we, Kaden? You should probably tell the people about that.
Yes, we will be over on. I'm putting a message in the private chat.
Okay.
No. We will be over on the Late Night Grin LNG Gold. So go over there, subscribe if you have not. We'll be grinning along to AEW Dynamite in just a few minutes. We will literally be getting off this stream and like pretty much hitting live on the other one. So yeah, go over there, join us as we watch the show that we just previewed. We'll probably talk a lot more about the Continental Classic, Full Gear. We'll have some like time to kill during Jericho and Ishii. Fun time.
Good trio there to kill some time. Me, you, and Marcus of the Great Russell Pierce Dynamite Review. Khalid, you've been streaming on Twitch. You got the Graps Pod. Tell the people all about it.
Hey man, so people have been in here. They've been talking about a bunch of gooning tonight, which is over at the Graps Podcast. We don't do that. All right, I'll go to that right now. There's no gooning happening over there on the Graps Podcast. But okay, all right. Let's bring up your tweets real quick, please.
Whoa!
Yeah, if you want to become a Graps sexual, man, go follow the Graps Podcast, man. We're currently on a hiatus, but we're coming back to some. We got some big plans. I do believe we are doing a Cage Match Chronicles. I forget the day, but we're doing no DQ matches. Yeah. No, we got that for me.
We're doing a December 22nd Cage Match Chronicles.
December 22nd, right before Christmas, we're doing Cage Match Chronicles. Five of the highest rated matches, or some of the highest rated matches on Cage Match. No disqualification. They're all matches. It should be a good time. You should check Brainbuster's Twitter for the match listings. I stream on Twitch at MXXGima. Do a lot of gaming stuff. I'm a little goofy little guy, but also chill. Don't forget to chill.
You're just a chill guy, but you're like a little goofy, that's all.
Yeah, just chill little guy. You should come in there, talk about wrestling, talk about whatever you want to. I'm willing to talk about it. It's all good. I think that's all. Novi, thank you for having me. Kaden,
of course.
Nice hair.
This has been a great show. Please go check out Khalid's Twitch stream. Streaming usually all the time. Very good shout. Check out the Graps Podcast. I'll be over there on December 22nd for Cage Match Chronicles No DQ. Check out Kaden Lee and Khalid on Twitter, and Kaden Lee's YouTube channel, Link that as well for the first time ever because I figured out it exists. So check that out. Check out Brainbuster in the replies. Enjoy Dynamite, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone who celebrates, and join us over on LNG for a Dynamite Grin Along. Me, Kaden, and Marcus of Wrestle Purists. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for the super chats, and we'll catch you next week.